battling wave after wave of enemies in battles difficult to analyze. One Step from Eden seems like a game with a bright, fast-paced future, with tactics being its foundation. Welcome, Squires, to our first little spotlight on the indie game community, shoving some forced limelight on some damn hard workers. And some damn fine games, dude. Let's kick this off. For those of you who grew up playing games like Mega Man Battle Network and the like, just know you're old. One Step from Eden is a fast-paced combat game laid out on a grid where you have to make rapid decisions, along with keeping your movement swift to avoid damage and/or deal damage. Indeed, reminiscent of Battle Network, yet it incorporates a deck-building element, kitting your character out with spells in the form of cards, fireballs, lightning bolts that require precision aim, and knowing which of these cards to use at opportune moments can make all the difference. Figuring out which card does what, and what its uses are in the heat of battle, presents a rather tricky learning curve. But isn't overcoming such hurdles what makes it all the more sweet when you can lay waste to an enemy after much experience? Yeah, it's like, I know what you do now. Boom. This game draws handsomely from the retro pixel art style, along with some damn smooth gameplay, brilliant pixelated magic effects, simple and easy to remember controls, and a game style the retro fans will find appealing or nostalgic, and newcomers might just find enticing. With a potential large story behind it, one would assume an equally large gameplay style should accompany that, but choosing to take that grander idea and downscaling it into a classic tactical roguelike is something I've not seen in a long time. Well, we haven't seen it being done well in a long time. This game is a relentless assault with constant enemy attacks that seemingly aren't bothered by game progression and doesn't give you a chance to settle in and find your bearing. It's an all-out brawl from the get-go. Some enemies may give you forewarning, laying out a quick little marker before desolating the square that it thusly marked. Others just send a wave of frosted tundra in your general direction, and then you have to fight with your wits about you, engage whether it's better to attack or hastily go to a safer square. Yeah, I didn't quite know what to expect, and so I was like wailing on this dude, thinking, yeah man, I got this, but suddenly it was a frigid situation and I was not a happy camper. Todd, I told you this game requires you to be super attentive. This game is one tough, fast-paced doodad. So, after each victory, you're left with a choice of 3 cards that may aid you in the ensuing battle. But as I mentioned before, there is no tutorial, so it's rather difficult to figure out what these cards might do. But you know what? I grew up on games like Mega Man. I don't need a helping hand. I can figure this out all by my... Oh, I aimed wrong. I died. How am I supposed to know how far that attack aims and doesn't even... And dodge there and super Hadouken your ass, man. Hey Clay, I'm getting the hang of this. Whatever. The premise of the plot behind the game. It takes place in a post-war world that has one salvation left. The elusive Eden, with characters still needing to be fleshed out. So far we have Mead Saffron, man, not to be confused with the Spice, working headstrong in the military R&D department. Saffron is a military researcher. She's 19, 5'6". Saffron likes winning arguments in online heated battles and explosions. Who doesn't? Dislikes egomaniacs, brainy chick, and the unpunctual. Todd, was that necessary? Meet Hazel, did, not the shrub. Hazel is an engineer, and when fighting hit the factory, she was all in there, man, activating turrets all the livelong day. Hazel is a turret engineer. She is 24, 5'4". Hazel likes the purring of machinery, soothing. Dislikes fake friends and the ever-treacherous fake pockets. What even? Are you quite done? Maybe. As the game is still in the works for a while still, plenty of the game's core characters are still being fleshed out. It's a real labor of love when the creator makes sure not to overlook the little things. Sometimes it's the small things that can really make a game shine, like how the simplest pixel art can look oh so glorious, the subtle animations, and the rad pixel artifacts of magic that can easily be overlooked, or simply being creative enough and adding a new element to an age-old classic with the likes of cards, adding a new edge to the battle. These cards of magic that can be ever useful, although they can seem impractical and tough to use. Well, it's all the more rewarding when you get the hang of it. Granted, it will take some time and rage, taking a tough game style and making it tougher. If simple, fast-paced roguelike games are to your liking, we suggest giving One Step from Eden a moment of your life. Link to the demo will be below. Please give the creator the praise he deserves. Later, Squires.